Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be once again talking about beliefs, more specifically, how they are uncontrollable. On the topic, I want to bring up Jonathan Haidt's work, which focuses on social psychology, how personality affects our belief systems. Obviously, personality plays a large role in determining how we construct our personal lives. For example, some of us are more concerned with orderliness than others, some care about rationality more than faith, some are more concerned with tradition, and some enjoy experimentation, exploration, and in general, just trying new things. Here's the interesting part. Haidt posits that these personality traits actually predict whether an individual will be liberal, conservative, or libertarian. Here's Haidt talking about some of these defining personality features.
Because your genes make your brain has certain traits. Those traits make you just more responsive to liberal arguments, perhaps, or to conservative arguments.
If anyone is particularly interested in this topic, I posted a few links down in the description having to do with personality and how it connects with beliefs, so check that out. Anyway, under Haidt's premise, personality actually supplies a fairly accurate framework for understanding someone's personal beliefs. And this has one very significant consequence, that we actually don't have that much control over what we believe. This is a crucial concept for our society to be able to grasp, especially those who are angered very easily by others who see the world different. Politicians also could greatly benefit from this recognition, but I digress. Right now, what seems to be going on instead is a complete inability of anyone being able to communicate across the political aisle. The left continues to label anybody they disagree with as Nazis, racists, and white supremacists, a symptom of, ironically, the left's current intolerance. More on that later. Meanwhile, the right is also culpable for just treating the sensitivities of the left as liberal snowflaking, which is not surprising given conservative temperament, but is really not helpful either. And all of this has been pretty bad news for political unity in the United States. On that note, here is what I think each side needs to realize. Beliefs are rarely controlled, rather they control us. In fact, beliefs often turn into us being ideologically possessed. Now, I want to give you an example of what that looks like, but first, we need to go over a definition of what ideological possession is. To me, ideological possession has three main components. One, it causes us to adopt beliefs that contradict our other beliefs.
According to Genesis, were humans created before the animals?
Yes.
No. Correct. On the road to Damascus, did Paul's traveling companions hear the voice that spoke to Paul?
Yes.
No. Correct. Will the earth last forever?
Yes.
No. Correct.
Two, it prevents us from adopting rational beliefs that have a ton of evidence supporting them.
I fell victim to the idea that it was progress, we have to care about the environment, it was progress. And it's no, we've been losing. America has been losing. And Donald Trump understood that in a way that I didn't. And
you don't think we have to care about the environment?
No, not even a little bit. I'm not saying we need to trash the environment. But do I believe in climate change? No.
You don't believe in climate change?
Do I believe in climate change? No.
And three, it causes us to reject other people's worldviews or concerns as completely unreasonable. In other words, we become incredibly egocentric, which is exactly what happened to these Yale students back in 2015.
You still didn't form. I'm speaking. Okay. I don't want to look away
Just
from her.
talk louder. Look
I'm
at
doing
her.
my best, everyone. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. Okay. So I'm trying to address her directly and as a human being, face to face. Regardless of their race. Yes, and I apologize. I'm sorry. I said to her.
You should know me by
I said.
now. You don't even know who I am.
Jency. I agree.
This is my home, and you came in here. You adapt to me. Do you understand that?
By the way, if you're wondering what caused all of this, just know that this all stems from a discussion about Halloween costumes.
Becoming a master, and you can't even listen to anyone telling you that you have caused them pain. You expect us to listen?
How am I not listening to you?
Are you just interrupting? Lisa left because she was bawling because you couldn't say sorry, and Monty is standing here in front of you. Do you even know who she
apologized
is?
for causing pain. I was looking for the right words.
You have created space for violence.
I disagree with that.
You'll recognize that the professor constantly tries to show that he has other obligations and concerns. Yet they don't seem to care because he's not attending to their own needs.
I have to think about this idea for a moment. So
The idea of apologizing.
Yes, because let me ask you this. If I ask you to apologize right now for delaying me from all my other obligations to other students.
And even more ironically, while refusing to listen to his concerns, they accuse him of not listening to their concerns.
All I see from you is arrogance and ego. I am sick looking at you. I am disgusted watching Alex argue with you. You are not listening. You are disgusting.
For a group that claims to espouse tolerance, this is incredibly intolerant behavior. Ultimately, the left is functioning well when it's abiding by its liberal principles. Openness to new ideas, acceptance of diversity, not only of identity, but also of thought. So it's so unfortunate when these liberal ideas are co-opted by an authoritarian left wing, especially at a time when we need left-wing temperament more than ever. As this chart here shows, left-wing temperament is much better suited for empathizing rather than systemizing, which conservatives and libertarians are better at. You might have guessed that bridging a political divide takes a lot of empathizing. And right now, with the current state of the left, we are in no position to be able to bridge this political divide. Conservatives and libertarians are very good at making sure that the left's desire for change doesn't go too far. However, when it comes to bridging any sort of differences across the groups, they're fairly inept. To me, only the reasonable left and its ability to empathize will be able to bridge this divide. My hypothesis is that political polarization is really just a symptom of a larger issue in this country, which is human disconnectedness. And I want to do a video on this later on, but basically I think that the technological innovations of the 21st century are moving us further and further apart. Of course, that's quite a bold claim to back up, so I don't want to go too in depth right now. Yet I think we can all agree that technology will not be slowing down anytime soon. And thus, I'm afraid this symptom is only going to worsen until the left can find compassion for those who they perceive as least compassionate. I am optimistic this will happen, but I don't know how long that will take. So until next time, thanks for watching.